Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with RomWills. You may have to prove people wrong. You may have to prove them wrong because let's be real out here. There's always some naysayers. There's always a they, as I would say on my Deep Thought channel. And that they isn't necessarily some metaphysical group running the world. Yeah, that's another conversation on another type of channel. Yeah. But the they could be a family member. The they could be somebody you're meeting. I remember several times on several of my 1,000 jobs that I've worked on, somebody would say, "Oh, he can't do that." I remember on my last full-time job when I had first got started, and I didn't even say anything to this one lady, and she was like, "Oh, Rom's just a dreamer," and and I've heard that several times, but this was my dream. I'm proving them wrong. How you like me now? I'm gonna tell you what, going through life, you're always going to have people who are going to doubt what you can do. I don't care what it is. And unfortunately, sometimes it could be your own family members. And really, whether it's your family members, whether it's some stranger, whether it's some so-called friends, the reason they doubting you because they couldn't do it. They couldn't do whatever their dream was. So they project what they have, their shortcomings, and I'm going to say their shortcomings onto you. You can do whatever. Because I'm going to tell you something with me. And I've had several people who will reach out to me and they would say they would want to do this or that, no matter what. And I would be like, go for it. Go for it. You have the talent. Go for it. Because I've heard it. I've heard it. And I proved them wrong. I proved them wrong. Yeah. I'm laughing about it. I'm going to tell you what, whatever you want to do in life, there's going to be somebody. There is going to be somebody. I knew somebody who is, in my view, a great writer, but somebody didn't like their work. I was just like, well, prove them wrong. Or you might be somebody who could really cook well. There's somebody who ain't going to like it. But prove them wrong. Indeed, sometimes they can see that you're great at what you're doing. They're just jealous. As I said earlier, sometimes they just projecting what they couldn't do. But I'm going to tell you what, whatever you want to do in life, whatever your dream is, whatever your talent is, you just have to go for it anyway. The person that's most important that believes in you is the person in the mirror. You have to believe in yourself no matter what. There's always going to be somebody who tries to put you down. There's always going to be somebody who don't think you can do whatever. They don't think it. Shoot. As a writer, I had people who hadn't even read what I wrote. Talking about, oh, writers don't make that much money. It was like, well, hold up. You haven't even read anything I had. Now, if you read what I had and had some honest criticism and say, well, you need to work on this, I can get that. But see, you have people who will tell somebody else they can't do something or try to say, well, you don't have the talent, you don't have this, and they have no idea. I'll use the example of when I was writing. I will give it to some people who said, well, let me see what you have. I appreciate them. And I did get some constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing with constructive criticism. If they trying to help you become better, that's okay. That's okay. If they have some criticisms, but that criticism is constructive, that's okay. But then when you have somebody who hasn't checked out what you can do, checked out your talent, or they're not doing anything to help you become better in it, what good are they? But you know what? Despite what they say, despite what they project, you have to look in the mirror and believe in the person in the mirror and then prove them wrong. And really, you know what? You're not really proving them wrong just to get back at them and just say, yeah, I did it. No, you're doing it for yourself. You proving yourself to be right. Because, and I always say, I don't talk about a specific spiritual path, but whatever path that you follow, whatever religious path that you follow, you've been blessed by whatever term you're going to use for God, with a talent. There's stuff that you can do, Go ahead and do it. You're supposed to do it. You're not going to feel right until you're doing it. I tell people that all the time privately. I say, whatever your dream is, you're not going to feel right till you had that dream. I didn't feel right until I had books published. I didn't feel right until I was in a position where I could live the life that I wanted to live on my terms. I didn't feel right. And, you know, like I said, when other people will say, oh, you can't do that, it's like, I'm doing it though. I'm doing it. And don't listen. You got to keep going. You have to prove them wrong. But really, you're not proving them wrong. You're proving yourself right. And you have to go for it no matter what. Because there's always going to be somebody who's going to do that. There's always somebody who's not going to like what you're doing. And unfortunately, it might be your family. It might be somebody who knows you well. And you still have to keep going. And I'm going to tell you what, even after you get started doing what you're supposed to do, if they still not supporting you, oh, well, as we used to say back in the day, you might have to shy away from them. You don't have time for that mess. You doing what's inside of you. I believe it was Les Brown, because I've said this several times, but Les Brown, who said one of the greatest places that you see a lot of dreams, a lot of ideas, is a cemetery. Many people go to their death not doing what they can do. That's one thing about me. Now, people remember a couple years ago I had a medical emergency. But I could look back and say, you know what? I have all these books that I've written. I've had all these videos. I've been able to live the life I want to live. And I still got some more to do. That's why I'm still here making videos. Indeed, even doing something like this. I remember I was going to stop doing Sunday videos because I didn't feel like enough people were watching them. But then I always remember, and I have to give a shout out to these two twins I met at a self-improvement summit in Atlanta. And they said a video I did on a Sunday really helped them out. See, that's another thing too. Whatever your mission is, whatever you're supposed to do, you're helping other people. You might not feel like it, but it might get back to them that you've helped them, you've inspired them. You might inspire them to live their dreams because they have some theys in their corner too. Some days telling them, but they might see you doing what you want to do, doing the things that you are supposed to do, doing the things you feel are right, and they moving on. They'll see you and they'll move on. Keep going, keep going. Prove them wrong, prove yourself to be right. All right? I want y'all to really think about that. Whatever dream that you have, go for it. I'm saying it. Uncle Rom is saying, go for it. Don't hold back. All right? So keep rising to become the best version of yourself. Go for it. Prove them wrong. Prove yourself right. All right? Peace and blessings, everyone.